What's up, everybody? Welcome to Saturday live stage at New York Comic Con. How's everybody doing? You can do better. Okay, that side wins. I'm Karama, aka the Blur Girl, and I'm a contributing editor to SYFY WIRE, and I'm really excited about this next group of guests I have here from Marvel. I'm gonna have you introduce yourselves. I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna get into.
Hey, I'm Sarah. Ooh, that's much louder than I thought. Hey, I'm Sarah Amos. I'm an executive producer of a new show airing on Disney Plus called Marvel's Hero Project.
Yeah, I'm Sana Amanat, also an executive producer on Marvel's Hero Project, which we're going to talk about here.
I'm Stephen Wacker. I'm an executive producer on Marvel's Hero Project.
Surprise!
So, in case you don't know, you're here to talk about Marvel's Hero Project. And Sana is being very, 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 very modest because she's actually a Marvel comic book editor known from Ultimate Comics Spider-Man, Captain Marvel, and the co-creator of Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan.
Woo. Along with Mr. Stephen Wacker here.
No bet, no bet. So we have a little trailer that we're gonna show everybody about what this is, and then we'll get into what everybody does. So guys in the back, take it away.
Through doing what I love, I've been able to help people and do something that's considered extraordinary, and everyone's capable of that.
Here at Marvel, superheroes are inspired by real-life heroes. So the editors of the best-known Marvel comics have come together to work on a special project about children doing the extraordinary.
We had to find a way to show it in the visual language of comics.
Elijah, he has such a light inside of him.
And yes, I'm a kid, but kids do have a voice. One thing I love is to be able to feel like I made a difference.
We were sitting on the couch, and he said to me, I'm gonna lead a march.
Today, I make a call for peace. I'm not asking for it, but I'm having it and I'm taking it.
He is a ray of sunshine.
I decided to make workshops to let people who are disabled build off of their disability.
I want to change the world, create something good for me.
I may have one hand, but I can do the same thing as anyone else.
Being blind, I can't see anything, and that includes limits for myself. I'm going to the NFL.
People see he's blind, they're like, oh, he can't dream that big. Why? His jersey is like his cape. He's my hero.
We have the potential to change somebody's life.
We have to share his story.
You've got a surprise from Marvel.
We love stories about heroes who demonstrate great power to help others.
You're good.
You have found your voice. Your courage inspires us all.
We hope that you see yourself as a true superhero.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to the Marvel Hero Project.
Woo!
Thank you.
I can't get through that trailer without crying, I'm sorry. The blind football player did it to me.
Think unhappy thoughts.
I know. I'm sorry. This is amazing, it really is. So tell us, are you making comic books of these children, or is it a documentary about the process?
That's exactly what we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, so we found these, along with Maggie Vision, our producers, these great kids who are doing fantastic things in their community. And it's sort of the essence of Marvel heroes. It's what they do. So we take them, we tell their story, and we turn them into a Marvel superhero, give them their own comic book, and put them right into the Marvel universe.
Yeah, this is kind of the first class, you can almost say, or the first team. 20 kids from across the country who are all focused on a variety of issues ranging from the environment to kind of equality to child abuse to STEM, and we really kind of found the best of the best, the kids who found problems, who found communities, who found people who need help and go out of their way to make a difference in the world. And then we just kind of want to honor them by turning them into the heroes that they already are.
How did you find them?
It was a really exhaustive process with our production partners at Maggie Vision. We really scoured the country. We looked for kids who had gotten press in some cases. Some of these kids, like Adonis, our football player, is someone who has been kind of on the national spotlight before. Other kids barely have ever been written about in a local newspaper even, but we found them through different organizations, through social outreach. All of these kids had a champion or someone in their lives who was shouting from the rooftops, this kid is special, this kid is doing amazing work, their story deserves to be told, and luckily enough, we were able to unearth them.
Wow, so you're turning them into superheroes. So the show exactly is sort of like a documentary telling that?
Yeah, so the show is really a celebration of these kids and their lives and the people around them who've supported them for so long, but really showcasing what these kids are doing in their communities, why they're so special, and it's getting a snapshot into their life. It's very much about them. The marvel of it all is us really finding a way to make them into Marvel heroes. We're bringing them into the Marvel universe, and every single child has a quality that we think is so symbolic of what Marvel stands for. They're inspiring, they're positive, and they also just happen to be like all of us. And that's what makes it so special. So we share their story, and then we find a way to just bring them into the Marvel comic book pages.
And along the way, we take you backstage to the comic book creation process. Son and I were both comic book editors, so we see the steps that go along to sort of making it. So you see the Marvel offices and the people that put everything together.
Watching this show is great because it's an opportunity to learn a little bit about what goes into making a comic book, to learn about what makes a Marvel hero, to learn about these kids, and then just have all the feels along the way.
And the show is going to premiere on Disney+.
Yes, you'll be able to watch the first episode on November the 12th, and then new episodes will drop every Friday starting that Friday. So you'll actually get 2 episodes in the first week, all streaming on Disney+.
And you can watch it with your whole family. It is like the perfect show. It's very emotional. You can only handle one at a time. Like,
yeah, see,
bring the tissues.
I was going to say, you can't put Adonis and half these people together. I won't make it.
I'm going to recommend saving like a couple, like wait 4 or 5 weeks, just gather around and just let all the emotions out.
And have a bottle of rum next to me. Okay. So rethink my life choices.
We have a recommended wine pairing with each episode that we're going to be distributing as well.
So basically, after you watch Mandalorian, stay in your seat and watch this show.
Yes.
Definitely. Well, it's so uplifting. I feel like it's the kind of content that people really need to see right now. And it's something that I feel like everyone is going to resonate with everyone in different kinds of ways. So
it's the
very
kind of
special.
storytelling that sort of built Marvel. When Stan Lee and Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko and Romita, they were building this world. They were looking at the real world, and they amplified it, and they made it more mythical. But they were looking at real people and the problems they have and how they confronted those problems. So in that way, it's the kind of show that really plays into the Marvel DNA.
But it's also great that it's for kids too. Like they can actually see themselves in it. And also, I'm curious for each of you, was there not necessarily a story, but was there a moment with each child or different children that stood out to you?
Oh man, it's really hard. I'm gonna go first this time because every other time we've been asked this question, I feel like I go last, and I wanna pick first. There's a story about one of our kids that's really kind of a journey about self-identity and being proud of who you are and helping others be proud. And there's a specific moment in her story where it's her family kind of talking about acceptance, and that every time I watch that scene and I see the love she has for herself and the love her community has for her just being her and being true to that, I tear up every time. And it's the type of thing that you want to share with other people because it is the type of content that I think we just need to see more of represented on screen.
This is very hard. I have 12 nephews and nieces, and it's unfair to choose just one favorite.
Oh my God!
I know, it's crazy. I'm very broke, but yeah, it's so
Wait,
hard to
they
choose
don't
my
give
favorite.
you stuff at Marvel for free?
Oh yeah,
You're doing it wrong.
kind of. But there's one kid in particular who is basically feeds his community by making his own garden. And it's so sweet, and why I love him is because he's wondering why we're documenting his story, and we're asking him questions, and he's like, why do you do the things that you do? And he's just like, what? Like, I have to do it. Like there's no question in his mind that he has to do good. It's like innate. It's a part of who he is, and I feel
wonderful.
like that is the stuff that makes this so important.
And he doesn't even realize how special he is.
Not at all. It's baked in his DNA.
Wow. Did you have one?
My favorite, there's this kid we have who's decided that kids his age don't read enough, and they don't have access to books where he grows up. So he starts a library and starts a book club and just forces the world to see reading as a fun, adventurous thing. And when you grew up with Marvel, when you were a lonely comic book reader like I was, there's a sense of community building there. He's just wonderful. But each of these kids is terrific. And in every episode, there's a moment where you see these kids through the eyes of their family or their friends or the people around them, and there's a moment that sparks where you see that they realize that they're living with a superhero. And it's incredibly moving, and it's in every episode. It's fantastic.
Now, real quick, you mentioned that you're bringing them into the, Marvel universe. Will some of these comics, do they end up meeting some?
They all fight Thanos.
And
teach them how to read.
They fight Thanos and teach him how to read.
I will say
he can cook apparently, but he can't read.
All of the comics that we've made for the kids, the exciting thing is all of them are going to be available on Marvel.com. So they are very much now a part of the Marvel universe. On the same site that you can go and read Captain America's story and Miles Morales' story, you're going to get to go read Jordan and Elijah and Adonis' story. And that was really important to us, that these all feel very much a part of Marvel.
Thank you so much. And I'm excited. I mean, I need to buy a lot of tissues, but I'm so excited to see this show. And we need some good news these days, right, guys? Now, stay tuned. Up next is the cast of Winona Earp. And as always, if you're on social, you're running around the con, don't forget to use hashtag NYCC19 and hashtag SYFY WIRE.